Video surfaces of a man police say might have been a victim of a hate crime. This happened after officers say an intoxicated man walked into a Marshall County club and used the N-word when referring to the patrons.
Investigators say that the bar is also a problem spot. They say that they respond to it several times every weekend.
Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson is live outside CJ's Lounge on Memphis Street in Holly Springs. So Daniel, how is this man police are calling a victim?
Daryl and Darcy, good evening to you. Good evening to you at home. They say he didn't go to the hospital until today. He believes he may have a broken jaw. Meanwhile, CJ's Lounge is now closed. Police say that they were operating without a beer or a business license. Holly Springs police say cell phone footage they provided to Fox 13 News shows a Tippah County man who has been stripped naked. They say the people who attacked him are seen pouring on him what investigators believe to be beer. Officers say seconds before, they hit, kicked, and stumped nearly every part of his body.
The guy walked in and he was very aggressive.
Miles Stone says he was at CJ's Lounge on Memphis Street late Saturday night into Sunday morning.
Other guys in the area was listening, trying to remain calm. We asked them, they asked for him to leave quietly.
But police say the man continued to call the patrons the N-word. Holly Springs police provided another video of the man outside the bar, speaking erratically, throwing what investigators believe to be gang signs.
When they was scuffling and stuff outside, he was still trying to fight. He still was saying the N-word, N-word. Man, F-U-Ns, F-U-Ns.
Officers say the attackers used poles and sticks to beat him. So you don't think this is a problem spot?
I do not think. I think it's a positive spot.
But Holly Springs police disagree. The police chief estimates they've been to some 30 calls over the last 3 months CJ's has been open. They say there have been fights, guns found inside, and a man shot in the foot. The chief tells me they're pushing the district attorney to declare it a nuisance.
I'm not standing for anything like that. However, we have to live with our choices, and he made a choice by going into there aggressively, and he has to live with the choice he's made.
Back out live here in Marshall County. Again, you're taking a look at that letter that was placed on the door. We should mention that police tell us right now they have a person of interest who they would like to speak with. Meanwhile, if you were here, you have information, you're asked to call the Holly Springs Police Department. Well, what does the victim remember about what happened? I'm working on that part of the story for Fox 13 News at 6. DG.
That is Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson live in Holly Springs.
Behind me was viciously stripped, beaten, and robbed after he entered a very popular black-owned establishment in Mississippi yelling the N-word. Not only was he yelling the N-word, he was also throwing up what he called gang signs, mocking what he thought black culture represents. After the man was asked to leave several times, first of all, this man walked into the bar already drunk, okay? He was being loud, belligerent, bumping into people. He was going on for a few minutes before somebody actually asked him to leave. He refused to do so, so they ended up shoving him out the door. Now he's outside in the parking lot, and everybody's attention is on him, all right? That's the guy that just got kicked out of the bar full of black people, yelling out the N-word. He's throwing up gang signs, talking about this is what you guys represent, this is what you guys do, obviously trying to pick a fight. And a fight is what he got. But he may have bitten off a little bit more than he could chew. Somebody eventually ends up taking a pole, hitting him in the head with it. He ducks for cover. Somebody else comes in, pushes him on the ground. And then a bunch of people just start stripping clothes off of him. All right? Beating him with the pole. And then they just take everything he had in his pockets, everything he had in his pants. It was out of here. Now the man's on the floor cowering down, trying to stop the blows from hitting his face. But he didn't do a good job because he ended up with a broken jaw. His eyes all busted up. He's in the hospital right now. All right. Now they're calling this a hate crime. Okay. And they're actually calling it a hate crime on the people that beat up the man. Okay. A lot of people on social media are saying, hey, this is the other way around. This man participated in something hateful first and he got the reaction that he was looking for. And, you know, this is Mississippi. So the racial tensions over there are a lot different than in the rest of the country. So this guy ended up beating up. Now they're looking for people, and they shut down the club. The club is no longer operational. It's called CJ's Lounge. It was only open for about 3 months, but the police decided that this is a nuisance area. This is a nuisance spot. And the owner wasn't being cooperative with the police when they asked the owner for footage. They say, hey, listen, you guys are going viral. This man just got beat in front of your lounge. We need security footage so we can figure out what's going on. He refused to give it up. He refused to give it up, and like they've been a bunch of stuff over there. Somebody like got pewed in his leg. There've been fights. They found firearms over there. Like they get a call to go out there every weekend, according to the police. They say they out there every single weekend, and they've only been open for like a few months apparently. So that's what's going on with CJ's Lounge. That's what's going on in Mississippi. A lot of people are very divided on this issue. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think about this, Dennis.
This is the book of Job, chapter 24, verse 12 in the AMP. For the populous and crowded city men groan, and the souls of the wounded cry out for help. Yet the Most High seemingly does not pay attention to the wrong done to them. Kol Holayim La, Abanawa Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Bahashim Rekak Quadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and other bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Achium out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Job chapter 24 verse 12 in the AMP. For the populous and crowded city men groan, and the souls of the wounded cry out for help. Yet the Most High seemingly does not pay attention to the wrong done to them. And that's going to be the judgment, the MO to these Edomites, man. You know, these Edomites, just like this Edomite cried out for help, for him going into this bar, playing the victim when they're really the villain, man. Okay, you go into a bar already intoxicated, probably drugged up, you know, off of all types of narcotics and other things, and you go into an establishment that has minorities or an urban a community, as they say, starting trouble. And this has been the MO of the so-called self-proclaimed white man for generations, years, however you want to state it, man. So the Most High is not going to send aid, rescue, protect you. No, he's going to send a recompense, a judgment. Okay, because the Lord is rousing all the nations up, and he's rousing up Judah on down to Issachar, man. Okay, because the tribes are literally tired of you Edomites nonsense, man. Okay, I'm gonna read this again. Job 24 verse 12 in the CSB. For the city men groan, the mortal wound for cry. So like the mortal wounded cry for help. And you know, again, it's gonna get to a point where you Edomites, man, you're gonna get your ass whooped. You're gonna get your ass handed to you. You know, to be clear, blunt, and straight direct. And you're gonna be crying out for help because you know. The only time you Edomites are really tough when you have that gun or you outnumber Jake. Okay, but you know, at the end of the day, Esau has a lot of weaponry and a lot of stuff that he can do. He can send a drone to take out a whole damn community, you know, etc. But when it comes to hand-on-hand combat, you know, what you know, not every single, you know, every nation has their warriors, every nation has their mighty men. Okay, but you know, when it goes down to hand-to-hand combat, and if that Jake is like, you know, literally taking care of himself and know how to defend himself, you know, you're assed out. Okay? Job 24 verse 12 in the CSB. For the city men groan, the mortally wounded cry for help. Because, you know, this dude was crying out for help when he got stripped down naked, robbed, and got his ass beat. And he was told numerous times to, you know, to vacate the premises, just to leave, have a nice day, go about your business. But, you know, Esau pokes the bear. Esau wants to rile you up. Esau wants to test you, man. Okay, and again, in these days, and in more days in the future to come, the Lord is rousing up the tribes, man. The Lord is rousing up the Israelites because they're tired of your shit, your nonsense, man. Okay, Jacob's trouble is literally around the corner, and Jake is tired, just like the Jake that ran over the cop. Got the eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. For the police department killing his son, man. Jake is tired, man. Okay. The mortally wounded cry for help, yet the Most High pays no attention to this crime because the Most High is manifesting this, man. Okay, the Most High is, bringing judgment upon the earth, man. Okay, because again, the Most High, I keep on quoting, so let me go ahead and grab it. The Most High is rousing the first tribe, the main tribe, Judah, on down. Okay, but mainly Judah, because Judah's going to take the charge and take the lead. Okay, so this is Genesis 49, and I'm going to start off at verse 8. Yahweh, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise, because we know Judah's the trendsetter, the main tribe, the head tribe. Whatever Judah does, the other tribes follow, and whatever Judah manifests, all nations follow. To be honest with you, just like the beloved elder Amawan Gabar stated, which was a fact. Okay, Genesis 49 verse 8. Yahweh, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thine hand shall be in the neck of thine enemy. So Judah's going to start it off, man. Judah's already, roused up and, tired of all the nonsense, the mistreatment. Okay. The brutality and the unrighteous decrees, everything that's being manifested before your eyes, man. Judah's literally tired, man. Okay, what's that saying? You sick and tired of sick. You sick and tired of being sick and tired. Something like that. Okay, thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Yahweh is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. Okay, because again, Judah's going to be the one to start it off. Judah's going to be the one to, get the other tribes to follow. He's going to be the one to, start putting in the work. Okay, putting that old spirit of courageousness on the tribes, man. My son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He crouched as a lion and as an old lion. Okay, because our people, Judah got real comfortable and real what's the word I'm looking for? Just, real comfortable and just started to accept things and not fight back and not, stand for anything and just, take the ass whooping. Okay, but the Lord is taking that spirit off of Judah and putting the spirit of vengeance and recompense and what's the word I'm looking for? And not to tolerate no shit. Who shall rouse him up? Yahweh Shem Yahushua is rousing up Yahweh. Okay, and he's gonna rouse Judah up so much that it's gonna be an issue. Because as the Lord has the prophets out here speaking and declaring the truth and exposing everything, we're doing the real work. The prophets are doing the real work, but you're gonna have the carnal of our nation, the 2/3, that's gonna put in work carnally. That's gonna go head to head with Esau. That's gonna go, blood for blood, tooth for tooth, eye for eye. Okay. So it's going to come to a point where, the government is going to have to, take some real measures, man. Because the tribes, the race riots, the race wars, the insurrection, the sedition amongst men, all that's literally at arm's reach. Okay, that's literally, as soon as we turn around, it's here, man. This is Isaiah 19, verse 17. And the land of Judah, okay, because don't forget, Israel is a people before it's a place, man. And we know all tribes is here in Babylon the Great, aka America, which is that's the true name to society, but the true name in general is Babylon. Okay, but Judah is not crouching down, just taking it, and not saying nothing, keeping quiet. Nah, man. The Lord's rousing Yahweh and the other tribes up behind Judah, man. Okay, you know, it's time for what? Payback, man. And you know, the tribes are literally going to try to take everything into their own hands, roughly paraphrasing 2nd Esdras chapter 15. Okay, Isaiah 19 verse 17. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself. Because, you know, again, they're doing the carnal aspect. They're going to be putting in the work, showing these damn devils that, you know, playtime has been fucking over. But the real men that's really actually putting in the work is the prophets. The prophets are the actually ones that are through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shemi Hawashah making this happen, because we're prophesying. And the Lord is bringing forth the judgments. The Lord is bringing forth the terror, and, you know, taking away the relaxation, the mirth, the merry-hearted, all these things, man. And it's bringing forth terror, destruction, mayhem, okay? A lot of chaos, all right? And it's going to be division. It's going to be, again, sedition, insurrection, all types of, you know, judgments and hardship. Okay. Everyone that make mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai of hosts, which he have determined against it. Because, you know, it goes into Jeremiah chapter 28 verses 7 to 8. We're prophesying of these things. We're prophesying and telling you what's going to be done, what's going to be brought forth, man. And, you know, just like the Lord is putting a spirit on Esau to, you know, to be the goddamn demon that he is, and to bring forth draconian measures, immunity to the police, all these new things to bring forth his new agenda, his new NWO, and amongst other things that he wants to establish. You know, he has to X out the tribes, and he has to show forth and bring and you know, hopefully complete in his mind his task. And a part of his task is to execute you Israelites, man. Okay? So, you know, the real reason why all this is going to be done, because you have the hopeful elect, which we hope and pray to be the elect out here, you know, signing, crying, prophesying, doing the work, coming back to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai to the best of our ability, offending less, and amongst other things too, man. Okay? So just like you're going to have the righteous that's going to, you know, be peaceful and just speak these words, the Lord is activating the other prophecies to bring forth the kingdom. Okay? And this is the type of spirit that the men are in. The men are not in a spirit of mirth, distractions. Okay? You know, on the internet making jokes. You know, again, just being playful, being fucking idiots, all types of follies, man. So, you know, you have men in our nation that are doing things wrong, that are going to be carnal and go against Esau, which, you know, obviously it's not the correct spirit to be in, but it's not the spirit of them being asleep like everybody else and like these fucking women. You have women crying about certain things that are being taken away from them, but you also have women that know, you know, that shit's about to get worse, but you also have other women that are still proud and out here doing stupid shit. Matter of fact, watch this video real quick and we'll come back, man. Okay, because, you know, you have a lot of women focusing on dumb shit and not focusing on the real picture and what's going on, man. Because a lot of you women are going to get judged. A lot of you women don't even realize what's happening, man. Because you're still trying to live your best life. Watch this video and we'll come back and grab some more precepts. I don't want to ride this out.
Like, why the heck I just go get some ice cream, right? I get my ice cream. It's another guy in the store. He ordered his ice cream after me. Why the heck he get sprinkles on his? I ain't even get sprinkles on mine. And he looked a little like rough around the edges. He looked a little hood. I was looking like, interesting. Fruit Loop. New ick unlock. Why the heck I just go get some ice cream, right? I get my ice cream. It's another guy in the store. He ordered his ice cream after me. Why the heck he get sprinkles on his? I ain't even get sprinkles on mine. And he looked a little like rough around the edges. He looked a little hood. I was looking like, interesting. Fruit Loop. Like, why the heck I just go get some ice cream, right? I get my ice cream. It's another guy in the store. He ordered his ice cream after me. Why the heck he get sprinkles on his? I ain't even get sprinkles on mine. And he looked a little like rough around the edges. He looked a little hood. I was looking like, interesting. Fruit Loop. New ick unlock. Why the heck I just go get some ice cream, right? I get my ice cream. It's another guy in the store. He ordered his ice cream after me. Why the heck he get sprinkles on his? I ain't even get sprinkles on mine. And he looked a little like rough around the edges. He looked a little hood. I was looking like, interesting. Fruit Loop.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 16 in the NLT. Wise people think before they act. Fools don't, and even brag about their foolishness. And this is a pure example of the mindset of the people that's asleep, that's amongst folly, that exalt folly, that are just completely and plainly stupid, man. That embrace the customs, the traits, and the ways of the world, man. And a wise person is always going to think before they speak. A wise person is always going to think before they do. Okay, discern correctly, have balance about themselves. But as you see, you have women like her. Okay, because we just talked about men. You have women like her that still have the spirit of mirth, that still have the spirit of everything's going to be all right. That's still looking at stupid things and it could be a lot of different scenarios for this situation, which is really is petty and it's childish. Now, even if he did want sprinkles, it's just like, God damn, man. Even if he did want sprinkles in his ice cream, who gives a shit? And also, too, another scenario. And I really don't give a fuck, but I'm just saying it just shows you the mindset of these stupid ass Israelites, man. But also, who's not to say that he's getting the ice cream maybe for a child that's in the vehicle, or if he is with his woman and has his woman in the vehicle? Who's not to say he's getting the ice cream with the sprinkles for one of those, his child or his woman? But regardless, so you mean a man can't have sprinkles on his ice cream? So I wonder if he got hot fudge or caramel or some bananas in it or something like that, would that make him extra fruity? Proverbs 13 verse 16 in the NLT. Wise people think before they act. And again, this nation is not wise. And why do you think it says the wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Most High? Okay, so the wisdom, the knowledge that they have in this world is utter darkness and perverseness, man. The knowledge, wisdom, and the understanding that is given to us is the pure, true knowledge and wisdom. That is from on high, from Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? So what we have is completely different from them. Okay? And even brag about their foolishness. And they come to social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and they brag about this nonsense. Because this is the mentality. This is things that children do, and a lot of these people that claim to be of age, 18 and up, are still mentally, spiritually children. Okay, even though their body is at the age of full production, full growth, they still have the spirit and the mentality of a fucking child, man. Okay, all this stuff that's going on, and that's all you can think about to post on a social media platform, and even to have yourself involved in stuff like that when all hell's about to break loose, man. when the government is literally planning to execute your nation, man. Okay? Let's grab another precept. We're going to grab 2 more and close out, man. You know, I don't want to write this out. This is edifying. You know, because the ones that truly is dealing correctly is the ones that are in a sorrowful state because we're being oppressed. We're at war. Okay? War never stopped. Okay? You just got put to sleep while it was going on. Okay? You got fed this false hope, this false dream. Okay? You know, even though, you know, we have times we do laugh, times we do, you know, have good times, mainly around the brotherhood, mainly in this truth, but amongst the world, man, this place is vexing. It's a hellish condition. It's a nightmare. But, you know, we get by. Because, you know, as it states in John 8, verse 32, the truth shall set thee free, man. But the more sorrow, the more vexation, the more edification, the more wisdom and knowledge we get with understanding, man. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 3 in the AMP. Sorrow is better than laughter because, you know, bitches like this is just laughing with our homegirls. Because everything's a joke because, again, these people have the mentality and the spirit of children because they're nothing but children. Okay? And again, when all hell breaks loose, a bitch like this is not going to know what to do, man. Okay? She won't have this haughty, lofty, proud look talking about some goddamn sprinkles on some ice cream, man. When the government is literally doing everything they can, which they're going to take away your freedom and everything else, man. Okay? But you people, man, you just sleep. You don't know what the hell is going on, man. Okay? Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 3 in the AMP. Sorrow is better than laughter. For when a face is sad, deep in thought, the heart may be happy. Okay, you know, because, you know, what is there to smile about? And we're deep in thought because we're meditating upon the scriptures. We're being comforted by we know of the promises and what is going to be done for the remnant. I don't want to rock this out. We are those vessels. And we know that our mind is more cheerful because we know when this place ends, our kingdom comes, which is going to be forever. New bodies, a new mind, new spirit, the laws written within us, our nation completely in order, the earth being refurbished, okay, restorated, refreshed. All right. So we're gonna have, you know, a good heart to be looking forward for these things, man. But we have to do what? Patiently, which that goes into suffer, into what? Endure. Okay, so again, Salakia. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 3 in the AMP. Sorrow is better than laughter. For when a face is sad, deep in thought, the heart may be happy because it is growing in wisdom. Again, as I stated, you know, with much sorrow, you gain much wisdom, man. And it's going to be very, very sorrowful because, again, this devil is going into overtime, and he's going to get, which he's always been, he's going to get to show no mercy, be merciless, okay, and also to show you tribes what it truly is, man. Okay, because you're not going to see what we're seeing, because, you know, the Lord has activated and awoken us to understand what's being brought forth and what's going to be done, and that's why we have faith. Okay, and that's why, you know, with that knowledge comes much sorrow, man. So with the knowledge that comes much sorrow, it's going to have, you know, a good benefit for us, man, because we're going to be focused. All right, but let's close out because the point is made. Let's go to Salakia. Bear with me. I'm trying to grab this precept. You know, we're not in the mentality or in the mindset to be out here making jokes, to be amongst all types of idiotic nonsense. Nah, man. We're focused. Okay? We're not amongst this folly mindset, man. Playtime has been over. And, you know, we're keeping our eyes focused on the prize, man. It's about to be hell out here, man. It's about to be real fucking tough, man. And everybody out here playing games. Everybody thinks shit is sweet, man. We're going to see how sweet shit is when you can't eat. We're going to see how sweet shit is when you don't have Big Daddy Esau to come protect you and Big Daddy Esau is trying to come to slay your ass, man. We're going to see how sweet shit is then, man. A lot of you motherfuckers deserve death, man. They're just waiting to be put to death. Proverbs 15 verse 21. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom. And guess what? This bitch right here is destitute. What does that word destitute mean? Bear with me. Let me grab that. Let me grab that real quick. Destitute. Bear with me. Just so we can have an understanding of the scripture. Okay, destitute of wisdom. What does that mean? Okay, so destitute means without basic necessities of life. Did you hear that? Without the basic necessities of life, not having a specified thing. And again, that specified thing is the correct knowledge, wisdom, and which is given to us through understanding from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. So that's the correct way to how to go about life. But what you have been taught by the adversary, the devil, that leads you to death. That is not life. Okay? You're walking on in darkness and you don't know when you're going to stumble, when you're going to fall. Okay? Because you're embracing this man's way. And folly that you Israelites love to be amongst and love to promote, profess, okay? Commit. It's a joy to y'all simple Negroes, man. Y'all simple Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, man. It's a joy to y'all. Y'all think, and a lot of you bitches, y'all think this shit is cute. There's nothing cute about none of the shit you bitches do here in America, Babylon the Great. Nothing. Shut the fuck up. That'll be real cute. Just shut the fuck up and get in order. That'll be the cutest thing. Speak when you're spoken to. Proverbs 15 verse 21. Folly is joy to him that is destitute, again, destitute, without the basic necessities of life, not having a specified thing. Okay? Destitute of wisdom, but a man of understanding walketh uprightly. And the only ones that have the understanding are the ones that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has awoken. And not only those that he has awoken, but also the ones he gave understanding to receive and digest, okay, and store the knowledge and wisdom. Those are the ones he's dealing with, man. And Adawan Ratazah, we are those vessels. So Lord willing, I hope and I pray that this was edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true, sincere Aki and Wa Akwaf. So with that, I'm just going to say, Call Holayim La, Abanawa Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakat Kwadash, Watha Wada Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakat Kwadash, for putting the spirit on me, my elder apostles, elder bishops, elders, brothers on down, for doing these epistles to enlighten you, to inform you, to edify you, and uplift you through the power and spirit and words of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. May the blessing and election and protection be upon you and your household. I don't want Ratazah until the next one. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.